Hey guys, it's Krash here with another installment of Crashing Down Survivor South Pacific, another video blog so you can see my beautiful face. Talking about episode 4, which aired yesterday, titled Survivalism. It was an interesting episode, nothing groundbreaking, but there were some ideas starting to develop on the table, some relationships that could be big later in the game. When the episode started off, it started off with the redemption duel, the new tradition of the New Age Survivor. Now, it was Christine versus Papa Bear. I wouldn't say it was a matchup for the ages. Papa Bear kind of just... I hate to say anyone's completely useless on Survivor, but he may have been as close to that as a castaway. Really nothing to offer this game. Christine goes in there. They have a little beanbag challenge. She lands... all of her is pretty quick. She had to get 10 down. Papa Bear made a pretty good comeback on her in the duel, but both of them not very strong competitors in my opinion, and Christine won it, eliminating Papa Bear, but I have a feeling Christine's going to be going home soon too, and for good reason. She comes out on the show, day one, blasting Coach, saying he's a temporary player. You don't ever want to make enemies on day one. You don't ever want to make enemies with anyone pre-stage of the game. Even if you hate their guts, just pretend. You have to deal with the circumstances. So going on to Savai, Ozzy, he's got two girls right now. He's got Elise and Whitney. It kind of reminds me of Rob Mariano 2.0, what Ozzy's trying to run here. The thing is, Ozzy is not Rob. Ozzy may be the best physical competitor in Survivor history, but this guy's strategy still needs work. He's got some ego trips. He does have a hidden immunity idol, and if I'm on his tribe, I'm going to assume he's got it, knowing that he's played the game. So he's got to be watching his back a little closely. There's a part here where Jim and I believe Cochran, Jim and Cochran, they leave to go and watch the duel. Jim wants to talk strategy with Ozzy. Ozzy's saying we aren't doing strategy right now. You know, whether he believes that or not, he better be thinking 3 paces ahead and 2 paces back if something goes wrong. Because I'll tell you right now, Ozzy's master plan with these girls, I don't think it's going to work. Not when it's the season after Rob. You got to remember when you play the game, what seasons are fresh in the competitors' minds, because if they start seeing a trend like that, they're going to break it up. And that's where Jim came to the idea that he sees Elise and Ozzy awfully close. Ozzy has a history. You might remember him in Survivor Fans vs. Favorites where he got cozy with Amanda. Could he be getting cozy with Elise, one of the hottest girls on Survivor? It's possible. Is she using him? I don't know. But regardless, those two are seen as a pair. Bad play on both their parts, because if they start noticing that, they're going to want to try and get rid of one or the other. Unless it's Rob Mariano. Somehow he got away with it. That season was just a whole joke, in my opinion. So, we see them cuddling. Jim goes and talks to Cochran, who's a bit on the outs. I still think Cochran's a good guy. I think he's got some ideas for this game. Unfortunately, I don't think he knows how to quite relate to people that aren't Harvard college students, and that's his downfall. Jim and Cochran, they talk about it. They have a plan to try and get rid of Elise. Problem is, 7 people on the tribe. They got 2. You throw in Dawn, the older lady on the outskirts. That only makes 3, so they're going to have to really pull some strings to make that move happen. But I like the way they are thinking. Cochran really doesn't have a play. I don't think you want to go after Ozzy yet, just because you want to stay strong and win immunity. Not the time to do it, but I believe in the near future, that's something they're definitely going to want to look at, because Elise, if she isn't playing the game right, if she's just going to be on Ozzy, she becomes a leech. Her and Whitney, 2 girls, leeches in the game. Not going to say they're worthless, because as a power player, you do need some of those girls. You do need a leech. You need protection, because a lot of times that's who they will go after. Again, it goes back to my popular theory, the one above, one below strategy. Right now, Ozzy's got 2 below. I think he's only in a real alliance with 1. I think Elise is his girl. The other ones are just votes in his favor. Maybe he's starting to play the game right. Maybe he thinks he has an idea, but you for sure cannot be showing that on the island, or you will get voted out. Next, we have the challenge. It was one of those weightlifting challenges. We've seen this quite a few times in the past where they add the little weights and everyone's got to hold the bars. The last person standing for the tribe wins it, yada, yada, yada. Great challenge. There's actually a record broken. Brandon for Upalu, she's there, and Jim for Savai both broke, I believe it was JT's and Rupert's record in this challenge. Brandon Hands, how tall is this guy? 5'6", 5'7", breaks the record from Rupert and JT. That's pretty incredible. I didn't realize this guy had that kind of strength. Either way, it was a great challenge. It came down to Dawn from Savai and Stacy from Upalu, and Dawn barely edges her. Those two are really struggling holding the weights. It was a great duel right there. Dawn becomes the hero for Savai with her on the outskirts of the tribe. Definitely a saving moment for her. Dawn, you get Player of the Week. Congratulations. And so we're going to go to Upalu. They're going to have to vote out one of their own now. And, you know, the whole Brandon thing, it's gotten absolutely ridiculous from Hans. He, of course, wanted Michaela out in the beginning, and that blew up. He's crying that he's a liar. He's crying that he wants to fix the Hans family name. Stacy on the outskirts because she was with Christine. Christine was voted off. Stacy doesn't seem like she can talk to her own tribe without getting riled up or creating an attitude. Bad player. Two bad players. Fortunately for Brandon, he broke a Survivor record. He's strong, and he might be able to hang around a little longer because of his physical attributes. One thing I kind of like the idea that they go to Tribal Council. It's an easy vote. They're all going to vote Stacy, as we know. One thing I really like that Sophie she brought up is that when you get to these tribal councils, you vote off someone who isn't athletic, you know, someone you don't want to take into the merge. But you also got to remember, she points to the attention, you got to remember that you have to bring in true numbers into the merge also. Just because someone's athletic, just because someone's a good player, if you can't trust them, they're going to flip on you. They are not a number into the merge. And Brandon right now, eventually, if they lose another challenge, I think they're going to have to get rid of him before the merge because he is not a number. He's too much of a loose cannon. I completely agree with what she's doing. It's kind of a touchy thing, though. When do you pull the trigger? You never know when the merge is going to come. But if you go in with a solid group of, let's say, 4 to 5, and you can run the table, they all stick together, it is a powerful tool in this game. We hardly ever see it work. But if it does work, it is a powerful tool. Most of the time it doesn't because someone at the bottom of the barrel of that foursome or fivesome, they don't want to be the first person out when it gets to that, so they flip the thing on them and it gets ugly. So, you know, it can work. It just depends who you go in with. Right now, Brandon, not a person I think I'd want to trust going into that, nor Edna. I think she's going to be a little bit of a mischievous player later on in the game. Boy, that laugh is hideous she has. So that wraps it up. Again, Stacy was voted off unanimously into Redemption Island. Coach gets the whole gang up and tries to give her a hug. She rejects it. I don't blame her. Why would you hug anyone after you're voted off? I mean, I'd probably... If I got voted off that early in the game, I'd probably want to, like, snap my torch over my knee and put it out on someone's face. But that's just me. She has another chance to get back in the game, and I think she will beat Christine in the first Redemption Challenge. It'll be interesting to see if any of the stronger guys get sent there anytime soon due to a grudge, due to a strategical play, and to see what they can do over there. We all remember what Maddie did last year. So till next time, it's Crash. It's been fun talking again. Again, doing this every other week. Next week on Krashing Down Survivor, we'll be back to text and then back to video. So I'll see you then. Crash out.